have to, if you're going to trust each other, if you're going to take risks, if you're going to be creative, you have to know each other and like each other. And that's not weak. That's
James Graham argues Gareth Southgate's biggest England idea wasn't softness. It was trust as a competitive weapon. This clip traces why vulnerability, shared pressure, and even failure changed the team's story.
Roasted cauliflower with pomegranates, pistachios, hazelnuts, and loads of other herbs.
It doesn't look simple.
I mean, it's Ottolenghi symbol. That's why they called that the cookbook, Ottolenghi symbol.
Great.
And then there's some bread if you want some.
How gorgeous, thank you.
So please help yourself.
I do like a bit of kick, like a chili.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Here we go.
Oh, God, no pressure.
God, the orange.
It's good, isn't it?
She's zesty.
Yeah. She's zesty.
She's zesty, but also spicy. It always amazes me how something can be so light and yet full.
Sami Tamimi and Yotam Ottolenghi are incredible, so it's all them, it's not me at all.
This is the thing that would have freaked me out as a kid.
Really?
Just all the bits, like all the complicated bits in it. I wouldn't know what to do with it. Now I love it, but I had to train myself.
Well, then you kind of were in the land of lovies and you had to kind of go out for dinners all the time.
Jay Sheiky's and the Ivy, you had to just sort yourself out.
Do you have like a tradition of somewhere that you go post a show opening?
Even though I just joked, Jay Sheiky's.
I've never been there.
I love
Oh my
it.
God! I mean, I didn't know it was a thing. Because of where it is in the West End.
Yeah.
It's kind of between a lot of theatres, and I was very. It's going to sound like a humble brag. I was very lucky. One year I had 2 plays on the same street, St Martin's Lane, which they should have renamed.
Which ones?
James Graham's Passage or something. That sounds weird.
I love that.
Gonna go down James's Passage.
Let's go down James Graham's Passage.
I wish.
I love that.
And what I really love, because I often eat alone, because I'm working, what I've discovered I love is if you can sit at a bar on a high stool and face away from other people, but face the kitchen or face a barman. It's a lovely way to eat on your own. I discovered that in New York, I think, when I was working out there, and just because you're there for months and months and months on your own. New York's a great place to be on your own, and they just have a culture of sitting at a bar, even in a pub, sit at a bar, and I love that. So yeah, for some reason, Jay Sheiky's on the last night of any run of a play in the West End. I go there and
Do you go on your own?
go on my own. I like a moment on my own. Often I'll go there with friends or
Yeah.
loved ones or cast members, but that's a moment when I just sort of go on my own and try to, very unusual for me, take the moment of going. So that was nice. I had to play in the West End. That was good. Well done. And have a little whiskey and champagne or some oysters and then go see the
Do you like oysters?
That's a
Jane?
beautiful tradition.
Yeah, very inconsistent for someone who's
Someone
worried
who's
about
struggled
food.
with your cornflakes, yeah.
Exactly. Frosties, no way. What a slimy thing that's alive down your throat. Yeah, that's great. For some reason, but I think it's the ritual of it, like the ceremony of it, and the sharing of it, like you're doing something together,
Yeah.
which I love. Yeah, it's great. It's what theatre is. Theatre's beautiful to me because it's one of the last things that you can only do in proximity with other people.
We're moving from theater to football, but the concrete idea is the same. People perform differently when they feel connected in the same room.
Do in proximity with other people. It doesn't work without other people. And I thought about that a lot during lockdown. Why theatre's amazing, and actually why I think, in any conversation about AI and the future, theatre's going to be fine. Like, it survived 2,000 years, and it's going to keep going because. And I think a younger generation is coming to the theatre because of that, because as we've become more atomized and entertainment and culture is shared privately. That feeling, very similar to going to a football match and celebrating together, is like just a human need. And there was a study, I think it was University College London, that did a study of people's heart rates when they sit in a theatre, and something happens in like the 10th minute when everyone's heart rates start to line up. And it only happens about, I think it's something specifically about watching a story. So it doesn't happen necessarily with classical music, but if you watch and share a story together in the same space.
That's amazing.
I know it sounds really cheesy and sentimental. It's romantic, but I think we have to hear those things and remember those things, because we are becoming more unconnected, and like it devastates me that a younger generation, the biggest problem is loneliness. And you think, how can we, with all these devices in our pocket that are designed to connect us, and like young men in particular are lonely, can't bear it, really can't bear it.
But it's not real connection, is it?
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like social media. So you have the exhaustion of having to perform and narrate your own life rather than be like, this is the Gareth Southgate thing, and this is why I know. And he wouldn't characterise it as this, and I think he wrongly is perceived, his experiment, his project was wrongly perceived as being like woolly and woke and progressive, because it's about feelings and vulnerability, but actually it was all about strength, like men being stronger by sharing the things that they're all sharing and actually talking about it. He identified that before him we had this golden generation of players that just couldn't sync up, couldn't be a team, and they've spoken about that, like Gerrard and Rooney. They were just like, we just didn't trust each other, we didn't like each other, we didn't know each other, and we didn't know what England was. Like, we had a very clear club identity, rituals and symbols and history and legacy and story.
What he's defending here is not niceness for its own sake, but Southgate turning emotional honesty into structure, preparation, and results.
Wars and history and legacy and story. And then they turned up at England and they were just told to go and play. And Gareth just recognised immediately that what you have to, if you're going to trust each other, if you're going to take risks, if you're going to be creative, you have to know each other and like each other. And that's not weak. That's sort of like to go, I'm scared, are you scared, is about the strongest thing anyone can do. And I find it so amazing. And I try to celebrate that in this TV drama, because I do think he's mischaracterised as being, he did it, people think he did it because it was just nice, it was the nice thing to do. It was a nice thing to do, but also it worked. They became a better football team, and we've had a series of better results in 150 years. It's like extraordinary. But you did that by, like, his story for a young man of resilience, like what he went through when he missed this penalty in 1996, which is where we start, and then 20 years later he comes back, and it's him. It's so, like, as a writer, how did I get lucky enough to find this story? He is the one who fixes the penalty curse. England had never won a World Cup penalty shootout. And he's the one who walked into this room and went, I think we have a problem. They didn't even practice penalties before him.
I mean, that was mad about the timing.
Yeah.
That the Germans, who were the best penalty takers, took 7 seconds.
Yeah, 3
and
times.
we were the fastest.
We were the fastest in the world. We didn't practice them. We didn't talk about them. And like classic, let's just pretend they don't exist. And it obviously didn't work. And he used his own trauma to go, I think we have a problem, how are we going to fix that? And I think that story of resilience, like, as a young man, there's so many negative stories about young men at the moment, aren't there? And
the manosphere.
And do we perpetuate a crisis of masculinity? But I keep saying there's a crisis of masculinity. But him going, how do you behave as a young man if something bad happens to you? Or if you fail? Do you get angry, resentful, blame the world? Or do you use it to come back better next time? And I can't think of a better example of a guy who just went, let's just, like, come back better and do that together. I think it's so gorgeous as a story.
When did it come to you to make the play?
I was in a pub, which is all the best ideas come from. I was in a pub garden watching, it was Russia 2018, the first World Cup. I think it was Colombia, England.
When it went to penalties.
When it went to penalties, and they, for the first time ever, won. But even before that, I think I was watching in the second half, and I remember hearing people talking about it and me agreeing. They just felt different. We had fallen out of love with our players and the age of, like, tabloids and wags and bad behaviour, and I think some of that was really unfair on those players. But this was a younger generation, the youngest team we'd ever put out in since, I think, the 1920s, and they just felt good. They felt like good men, and I thought I just was really curious about how.
Did Southgate's approach prove that trust and vulnerability can be a form of strength in elite sport, or did the results matter more than the method? Leave your take in the comments, and like and subscribe for more clips like this.